Symbology of the Bible, Volume 2. Jaazaniah. Jaazaniah is first mentioned in 2 Kings, when the Babylonian took the house of Judah captive. 2 Kings 25 verse 22 through 26. And as for the people that remained in the land of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had left even over them, he made Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, ruler. 23. And when all the captains of the armies, they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah governor, there came to Gedaliah, to Mizpah, even Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and Johanan, the son of Kareah, and Seraiah, the son of Tanhumeth, the Netophathite, and Jaazaniah, the son of a Maacathite, they and their men. 24. And Gedaliah sware to them and to their men, and said unto them, Fear not to be the servants of the Chaldees, dwell in the land, and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. 25. But it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Elishama, of the seed royal, came, and 10 men with him, and smote Gedaliah, that he died, and the Jews and the Chaldees that were with him at Mizpah. 26. And all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies, arose, and came to Egypt, for they were afraid of the Chaldees. So we see what can be deemed as a collaborator in Gedaliah, and Jaazaniah is introduced as the son of a Maacathite. This is interesting, because this name is found in 3 other places, and in each he is identified as the son of a different name. But we will investigate that below. For now, note that Jaazaniah was a captain of the army, and we would assume he went into Egypt also. Thus, they fled to a country where their ancestors had, when Yahweh said it would go well if they did. In reality, there were still children of Israel there, and trade was ongoing between the 2 regions. What this account shows is that if we listen to Yah and endure the tribulation, all will go well. But if we listen to the Gedaliahs and remain under the Babylonians' yoke, it won't go so well. Even if they were in their own land, it would still be like captivity. This is just like it will be near the end of this age. Go into Egypt, or remain under the false prophet. An examination of Jaazaniah, the proper name follows.
Jaazaniah, Jaazaniah or Jaazaniah, heard of Yah. Jaazaniah, the name of 4 Israelites, Jaazaniah. Compare H31:53. Etymology, from H238. Azan, probably to expand, but used only as a denominative from H241, to broaden out the ear, with the hand, i.e., by implication, to listen. And H3050. Yah, the sacred name.
The definition, as given by Strong, reflects the various possibilities to form the word from the compound elements. It is defined as heard of Yah. However, Yah is a prefix and suffix, so it should be Yah, hear Yah. It is like a plea to listen to the word of Yah, to wake up and hear what the word is telling us. For the middle syllable, the word azan, we have multiple options.
H238, azan, probably to expand, but used only as a denominative from H241, to broaden out the ear, with the hand, i.e., by implication, to listen. H239, azan, to weigh, i.e., figuratively. Ponder, etymology. A primitive root, rather identical with H238, through the idea of scales as if two ears. H240, azen. A spade or paddle, as having a broad end. Etymology. From H238, KJV, weapon. H241, ozen, broadness, i.e., concrete. The ear, from its form in man. Etymology. From H238, KJV, plus advertise, audience, plus displease, ear, hear.
So we could even say, Yah, think on Yah. Now let us look at the name, Gedaliah.
Gedaliah, Gedaliah, or Gedaliahu, Yah has become great. Gedaliah, the name of 5 Israelites. Etymology. From H1431 and H3050.
There's something in this definition that should raise some suspicion, other than the use of J's where there should be Y's. It reads, Yah has become great, whereas it should read, Yah is great. This is another example of the false ones trying to appear as sheep, and they are goats. Therefore, a dissection is suggested. Gedaliah.
H1407, Gad. Coriander seed, from its furrows. Etymology. From H1413. H1408, Gad. Fortune, a Babylonian deity. Etymology. A variation of H1409. H1409, Gad. Fortune. Etymology. From H1464, in the sense of distributing. H1410, Gad. Gad, a son of Jacob, including his tribe and its territory.
The first syllable reflects what has been previously proposed. One might associate it with Gad, the son of Jacob/Israel, and make the conclusion that perhaps he was a Gadite. But consider the second option. It also means a Babylonian deity, which indicates that he was a tare among the wheat and tried to lead the sheep to the false rock. Compounded with El and Yah, it would render the meaning of the Babylonian is mighty as Yah. And thus he was destroyed by a member of the royal line. Note that prior to the children going into Egypt, there were 4 captains of the army that went to him, and only Jaazaniah's father is not named, only identified as a Maacathite. The Hebrew for this name is
Maachati, Maakati, a Maacathite or inhabitant of Makkah. Etymology. Patrial from H4601. Maacha, Makkah. Depression. Makkah, or Makkath, the name of a place in Syria, also of a Mesopotamian, of 3 Israelites, and of 4 Israelitesses, and 1 Syrian woman. Etymology. From H4600. Mach, to press, i.e. to pierce, emasculate, handle. Etymology. A primitive root.
If the word is broken up as mach and ati, then we have to determine the meaning of ati. One candidate is below, and others follow.
At, as a noun, a necromancer, from their soft incantations, as an adverb, gently. Etymology. From an unused root, perhaps meaning to move softly. Ought, a signal, literally or figuratively, as a flag, beacon, monument. Omen, prodigy. evidence, etc. Etymology, probably from H225, in the sense of appearing. Ot, properly to come, i.e., implied, to assent. Etymology, a primitive root.
Now, let us apply the decoding algorithm as below.
Yahirya. Son, branch, root, build, set up, obtain children. Pierce plus gentle, a signal, come, assent. They the same, withal which. Man, champion, husband.
A proposed interpretation. Yah. Listen to Yah. The son, the branch, will be pierced, the gentle one. It will be a signal that the same will be your champion and husband. The appearance of Jaazaniah is one of those events that piques curiosity as being on the mysterious side, and when examined more closely, it is possible to extract a message, consistent with all the other messages, just by digging down to the roots of the language of the verses, without drawing on any other external material. The location of Makkah is identified as north of the Sea of Galilee, as shown in the map below. The territory of the Phoenicians is visible on the coast, and the tribes of Naphtali and Manasseh are shown also. Furthermore, the tribe of Dan, that left their inheritance, occupied the region as indicated. We can see that the area Jaazaniah was from straddles the northern Jordan River, the river of the descender, and noticeably, the northern side of the Holy Land, where Dan assumed a position. But let us return to Gedaliah. He is identified as the son of Ahikam, who in turn is the son of Shaphan. Since he was the one who tried to convince the children to remain under the yoke of the false prophet, it is logical to investigate these names as well. First, Ahikam.
Ahikam. H296, Ahikam, brother of rising, i.e. high. Achikam, an Israelite. Etymology, from H251 and H6965. H251, Ake, a brother, used in the widest sense of literal relationship and metaphorical affinity or resemblance, like H1. Etymology, a primitive word. Come. H6965, cum, to rise, in various applications, literal, figurative, intensive and causative. Etymology, a primitive root.
This looks very much like brother of the risen. For Shaphan, we have this.
Shaphan. Shaphan, a species of rock rabbit, from its hiding, i.e. probably the hyrax. Etymology, from H8226. Safan. H8226, sapin, to conceal as a valuable.
This meaning really brings to mind Rachel and the hiding of the idols. She was interested in the gold value, but the gold was in the form of idols, of false deities. Combined with Gedaliah and Ahikam, it is not hard to see that the Babylonian wants to be as mighty as God. And as proposed prior, this reflects the relationship of the two covering cherubs, one of which is fallen, but tries to deceive as many as possible by appearing like Yahshua. However, his treasure is concealed from us and is actually an image of himself, which reveals his vanity and pride in himself.